Come join our colorful team at Terra, where color lives.
Good morning, I'm Leslie Stewart and you're watching Terra at Home. We're in the heart of Wesdale Village today and we're at a place called Creative Works. Artist and owner, Sylvia Simpson, thank you so much for allowing us into your space today.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Oh, it's so nice to be, you've been in business for 6 years.
That's right.
But probably born an artist, right? Pretty much?
I always liked art. I cared a lot about it, So I have been painting now for 20 years and been in business as a studio gallery venue for 6, as you said.
Yeah. And this is your great little space, and it features a lot of what you love to do, right?
Yeah, so, it's really lovely.
And it's great because you're able to, I think as an artist, obviously, first and foremost, you love to sit down and paint, but to have someone walk in your store and appreciate something that you've done, take it home with them, and whatever they plan to do with it, that must be kind of, that's another extension of that.
It's such a nice direct relationship because if you buy something from a gallery, I'm not there. Well, there might be a gallery owner, but in my situation, I've got the street, I've got people. When I'm working, I can see the street. People come in and collaborate with me about art ideas.
Oh, isn't it nice?
Kids can go by and they see barbers, and then they see an artist. Right?
Yeah.
Like, how unusual is that?
Yeah, that's true. I think that
they would think
that's nice.
Maybe I could be an artist and have a gallery on a street.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, this is a dream for many people. As you say that, that makes a nice connection to the patrons. So you, again, talking to people. Now, one thing that you do is people will come to you and ask you to paint for them.
That's right.
That's got to be exciting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be flattering.
I do things that I would never have thought to do myself. Like one good example was Churchill Park is right behind Wesdale Village, a gorgeous big park.
Yes.
And this man lived across the street from the park. And so he wanted me to paint the park view from his front window.
How he saw it.
In every season. And so I had to make it sort of all linked together so that the spring, fall, winter, summer.
I love that
Yeah, so
idea.
that would be something that I would never have thought to do.
Now, is that something, a project specifically to that, when you're looking at seasons, did you have to wait till each season came along? So was it a long out, or did you just imagine it from your perspective?
He had some pictures, yeah, and I went through 2 seasons to do it as well. Yeah. And since I've always loved that park, so I knew exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's exciting. So I love that. Also, buildings, people love for you to come.
I do a lot of streetscapes and Hamilton streetscapes. And people love to come in and they see Hamilton and they'll say, well, this is, there's Lock Street Bakery, or this is, where they'll often say, do you have a picture of the house that's right, like, beside that one? Like, it's like, no, I haven't really got that specific.
But people want that, right? Because they want something that...
Or they send it home to their families, or...
something recognizable. I know when we all walked in here, and my crew, and, we can recognize, the Russo house, or, it's just, it's different places, different things that you've done. People, it's amazing. Until you see it sometimes, you forget there is a connection there. There's a,
absolutely,
like that
they send them all to, their family in Holland, or we have a nice new minister at the Wesdale United Church, and he's from the East Coast. So he gathered up so many of my cards and sent them all back home so he could show them like where he lived.
And that's the great thing too, is that you do have cards, so that's an easy way to buy art and share it with people, right?
Before I had my shop, I was an artist, just working out of my home, and we created the studio tour, the Southwest Hamilton
I love
studio
that
tour. So, and I had a job at Mohawk College as well. I was a professor in the language studies department, and I've just recently retired.
Very good, good for you.
But because I had a good job, I was able to take some more risks with my money, right? So I could afford to get prints made. I could afford to say, let me see if I could buy send these and make
Isn't
cards.
That's a nice freedom, though, to be able to do that, right?
And so because of the studio tour, I learned that I already knew that people were buying my stuff. Right? I already knew that. I already had that very comfortable.
That's good.
So when I had my shop, I knew that I had, you know, $5 things, $10 things, $20 things.
Makes it approachable for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Because some people, you know, walk into a studio and, you know, if there's only $1,200 pieces to $5,000 pieces.
Yeah, you can't.
So now what you're doing is you're opening up the world to everybody. Your art, you know, and people, again, can grab just a piece of it, even in a card format or a small
or they
style,
can frame the little pictures themselves and collect their own. So a lot of that is happening,
Now, of all of the places, this is probably hard for you to answer, maybe, or maybe easy, I don't know. Of all the places people have asked you to paint, or maybe do you have specific ones that just really hold near and dear to your heart?
They all have their stories, but they're all quite unique, really. Yeah,
it's really hard to.
And I've painted events. I've painted a park full of a whole neighborhood, based on going to a barbecue, and then I just inserted them in the park.
Oh, that's
cool.
And
that couple went back to Australia, so they have a painting of their entire neighborhood.
Oh, I love that.
I've painted weddings and when you renew your vows after 30 years of marriage. I've painted, you know, that kind of a situation.
Now, do you personally like to be there physically to see, or can you just go from photographs?
I like to be there, yeah. I like to take a photograph as a reference, but I want my sketch. That's what I'll refer to, so that the painting looks like it's been interpreted. Otherwise, a photograph will lock you in.
Okay, that makes sense.
And make your paintings, you know, sort of dead.
And right, because you're stuck with what you're given there,
and then you can't see the brick or the lines or the shadows or what's the glass, the stained glass in the window, or the photo wouldn't capture that. But that's why you love your house, is because of that stained glass in the front door, or the color of your, you know, door or whatever.
Absolutely. Now, what would you describe your style as to somebody?
I think it's kind of animated, and it tends to be happy.
That's what I gave you. I thought happy when I see it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's quite honest, though. Like, I'm not sentimentalizing. One lady came in, she was from Britain, and she said, "Your stuff is lovely, but not too twee." So like
that's a nice
sort of syrupy, you know, how some art can get kind of. Yeah.
It's real.
So I haven't really exaggerated anything too much.
Very
right?
good.
It's quite honest as far as what the character of the house is.
But I think that's what people want when they're looking for something like
exactly.
this. We appreciate you so much, and again, coming in here and being in business for 6 years. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you very much.
In the heart of Wesdale. Come by and visit Sylvia. And it's called Creative Works, and it's right downtown, right down in the village. And again, all approachable art, a little piece of something for everybody. So thank you. All right, we're going to have more Terra Home coming up right after this quick break.
Live color fully at Terra, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to Terra at Home, and we are 1 week away from Easter. We have Amy Dominato here from Terra doing what, well, we do best here, right?
Yes.
We're talking flowers and really starting to bring color into people's homes. And people get excited this time of year because you can walk into the greenhouse and it's just starting to come alive, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So lots of really great ideas for people to decorate their home, and of course start adding flowers again.
Yes, finally color.
Yes, color is what we want to see. So some great sort of some spring flowers that are coming coming in right now. What are some of the great things we're seeing?
Well, the greatest things right now is we're on that cusp of indoor-outdoor.
Yes.
So we can start decorating our house indoor for Easter and some nice spring color, but we can also start doing outdoors. So we can get rid of all the old Christmas greens and things like that and start adding some color.
Take out the Christmas bulbs out the front of your house.
Absolutely. So that's what we're starting to see. We're seeing the tulips, the daffodils, and things like that. They're just coming out of the ground now. And, you know, so something like, you know,
like
a planter like this would look perfect outside the front of your house.
In terms of temperatures, they're so all over the place this time of year, right? So, you know, in the evening, should people be pulling these still inside?
You can. It really depends on where our temperatures are sitting. If we're below 0, I do recommend even a garage is better than, you know, or add a sheet or a pillowcase over the top. That'll just hold frost off. So as long as we're in light frost, -2, 0, you're usually okay and safe to leave them.
They're pretty resilient that way.
Yes, they are, absolutely. And a lot of the seasonal plant material is, I mean, it's meant to tolerate a little bit of frost, and the things that you're seeing here will. So,
and that's the thing, because people really, I mean, they really want to put these out in front of their house and keep them there, right? It's again, it's that time of year, that transitional time. So some really great ideas. If you were to try to build your own type of basket or container, some great options. Now, I always like the way you guys do it, because you somehow manage to fill it in
That's the biggest thing about spring, because you don't have time for things to grow in and fill in like we do in the summer. So I always say, build it like you want to see it. You know, that instant gratification, build it exactly how you want to see it for sure.
Okay, that's a good tip then.
Yes.
And I like a lot of these flowers also, they do bloom pretty quickly, don't they? They
do, So it's always great to have a mix between, like, say, a bulb stalk, like a daffodil and a tulip, and other things that the flower period is longer on them, so that you have a consistent flower through your spring season.
Because that's the thing too, you know, it's nice to be able to, you know, have the fresh cut tulips in your house.
One of my favorite.
Me too, because I love, because tulips continue to grow, right?
Yes.
Once they're cut, they just keep going and going and going. But it's really great when they're in a pot, they're going to last you a lot longer.
They will, absolutely, and especially when they're outside, because tulips do well in cooler temperatures, so they actually last longer in cooler temperatures.
Oh, okay. So good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so recommendations, sort of, again, you want variety of height, right?
Yes, that's the biggest one. When you're doing something like this, pick your something tall, which we would call our thriller, so the more exciting, you know, taller element, and then some filler plant material. In this one, we've done like a tulip and some hyacinths, and that'll be your filler, so it's going to give you the body of your arrangement. And then we start looking at spillers, so for instance, adding some ivy into something like this to trail down. It'll give you just that complete, you know,
I like that, and that's when you see, when you guys have put something together, right? And you can come in, and that's the great part too, is you can come in and just buy one of these.
Oh, absolutely.
All done.
Yes.
But some people really like to do the adventure of pulling in their own colors or whatever. That's the ticket, right? As you're saying, is to create levels and to create, that always looks so nice when it's really coming over the sides.
It really looks finished, and it looks like it's been there a while, not like it was just done, just planted. You give it that element of being complete and having grown. Right. And again, so you're adding some nice, again, so what are these little guys? These little guys are primula. They're a really popular spring one. They're actually a perennial, so they're something that you could try to go right into the ground with after. So something nice. But
so that's nice too, that people can do that.
Yes.
Right?
A lot of people really like doing that. And if you've got an established garden, it's great to then take the plant and go right into the garden.
Sure, why not, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's easy enough to do. So at this point, at Terra, moving through into April, you can come in and get all of these bulbs
all
and
kinds of things. You can build your own. You can pick all the elements. We've even got things like different types of sticks and stuff here at Terra.
This is
a Terra exclusive. So adding something like this, you know, a nice yellow or an orange pussy willow to an arrangement like this.
Cool.
Yes.
So I've never seen that before. I love that idea.
It's something new to us this year here at Terra, but we're really excited about it because it definitely gives you that element of color for a longer period of time. Because when the daffodils do fade out, you have the nice green, but you'll still have the color.
Right. And it so says spring, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Written all over it. So
nothing like pussy willows in the spring.
Great. So. And of course, again, one thing that's great too here is it's kind of that one-stop shop. You know, there are a lot of accessories. So a lot of really great little. I know I've always managed to find all of my Easter decorations here, and you just always need one more bunny. I always find, because there's like, and I just stick them all over the place and setting like, you know, your dining room table and putting them there, and you have all like loose eggs and everything.
Oh yeah, and that's a great thing. Like for me, I don't like the traditional Easter, so I do eggs in a vase. So it says Easter, but not, you know, in a less traditional way.
Sure.
And using plants as part of your decor. So you're doing Easter, so you may have a wreath with the pastel colors, but then you can pull in, you know, a yellow gerbera just to give you a little element of decor. Live decor, right?
Yeah.
So things like that.
That's a good idea. And of course the orchids too.
Oh, orchids are one of my favorite because they last way longer than cut flowers, and they just give it a little bit more of a modern look to your
They
home.
are, they
so
do,
they are,
because you can put them just one on a coffee table and it just looks so
and they last
cool.
so long. So you can buy cut flowers that last you a week or so, but you can buy an orchid that can last you about 3 months. So
Okay, so tips on watering an orchid, because I sometimes don't have the best luck with orchids. So as much as you're saying, hey, you're really
I
easy, they
know.
last forever, I have a bit of an issue with orchids.
do you?
So
Usually
giving
too
someone a
much
tip.
TLC. Too much TLC is always an issue with
Okay.
orchids. A lot of people.
Okay,
Is that your issue?
Too much love. I'm giving him too much love. So okay,
Yes.
oh yes, I think maybe I have too much water.
Possibly, yeah. Orchids are one of the greatest for set it and forget it. Check it every 10 to 15 days for
Okay.
water.
Okay.
Quite often we have a tendency to water them just, on a daily or, every couple day basis. They absolutely don't need it. In a month, you may water it 2 or 3 times.
Oh.
So, and they don't like to sit in water either.
No, so you don't want the water sitting, so you want some kind of drainage.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so you're just giving a little bit of water and leaving it alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I shall try that. Hydrangeas, beautiful this time of year.
Yes, that's one of my absolute favorites.
Me too.
Something that we do grow a lot of here at Terra, and the quality is just fantastic. You won't find them anywhere else. And great colors, the pinks, the blues, there's purple, there's a white, there's some really nice colors, and they combine really well with other plants that will extend your season. So ivies
okay.
and gerbras and
Yeah.
things like that. So you have your hydrangea, but as it fades out, you've still got other color lasting.
So that's what I like about them too. It's such a big pocket of color. It's
Yes.
just
Yeah.
right. They just look so gorgeous. And
Yeah.
again, you can just throw a few on the table.
Yeah, and for instance, the blue hydrangea, it's one, there's not a lot of really true blue flowers.
No.
So to see a blue hydrangea or a blue primula, a lot of people like that. Blue's a color that a lot of people like, and it's very popular this season. So.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the time now to come in and get your Easter stuff. Again, it's amazing. Easter's earlier this year for a lot of
Yes,
people.
it is. Which is nice because it's right at that first sign of spring, which is what we typically know it as. Last year it was really late, so it felt like it dragged out. Easter came, Easter was done, spring was done.
And then that's right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's boom, it's summer, right?
Yes.
Remember our winter dragged out, so we kind of needed something to come for us.
So we get this big instant
Yeah.
Easter inside, Easter outside color finally, and it's a really great time of year, and it's very exciting here at Terra because everything is new.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Amy, for all the information. It's really great. And again, you can always come in and talk to these guys, and you guys can help people out
Absolutely,
in
yeah,
so
we're
many
more than
different
happy to.
ways. And I know that I sometimes need the help as well. And I'm learning so much here. We'll be back with more Terra at home right after this.
Come and explore the new Terra, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to Terra at Home. We're back at the Terra Kitchen. We're here with Chef Rachel, and we are preparing kind of a really nice sort of a fresh dish, a great meal idea.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're doing a pan-fried chicken. So we've got some seasoned breadcrumbs and a nice light citrus salad.
That's great.
To go with that.
Great combination, right? A lot of people kind of cutting back on carbs these days, right? So, you're getting a little bit with some of the breadcrumbs, but nothing too heavy. So it really kind of just lightens things up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I personally love the combination of having just a protein and a big salad. And you're saying you're kind of hooked on this pan-fried chicken thing right now.
I am because it's it's easy, it's light. I don't do a whole breading station with the eggs and the flour. Just a little light coating of the breadcrumbs gives it a little extra flavor.
Yeah.
Than just a regular baked or grilled chicken breast. But still very healthy, easy to do. And so yeah, I usually just put a little double of goat cheese on top, and that's my snack. But
very
yeah,
good.
today we're gonna have a nice fresh summer salad.
Okay.
I shouldn't say summer salad, maybe a spring salad.
Yeah,
Springtime.
spring.
But I think these bright colors and fresh ingredients, right? And the warmth. Hopefully the warmth is coming soon.
Yes. Yes.
So I have my my pan heating over a low heat right now, but we'll turn it up, get it going a little hot there.
Okay.
And basically we're just gonna sear the chicken on both sides, a couple minutes per side, and then we can just put it in the oven to finish it for a couple minutes if it's necessary. But what I do with my chicken breasts is I cut them open, so I butterfly them. Makes them.
Okay.
So cut them open right down the middle. Makes them a little thinner and
Easier to
they
cook too,
cook
right?
a little quicker.
I know a lot of people have concerns, just especially with chicken. I find, you know, obviously you can undercook red meats and get away with it a little bit more, but with chicken, it's really, you really want to make sure that's cooked.
Right.
So at least you have better control over it with this.
Right, exactly.
So you're not putting any oil or anything on it. You're just going straight for right into the breadcrumbs.
Right into the breadcrumbs. So these
Okay.
are seasoned breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, some fresh chopped herbs, whatever you kind of have hanging around.
Okay.
So we'll put this right in the pan. And of course a little bit of olive oil in the pan, but you always need your healthy oils. And we'll go for the other one. So just a light breading, but it kind of gives it that crispiness and a little more flavor for your chicken. I do eat chicken a lot, so I like to try to.
I don't eat a lot of red meat myself, so I think a lot of people have kind of pushed red meat out a little bit out of their diet. So trying to find other sort of some alternatives to preparing chicken is good, right? It just gets a little boring sometimes if you're. I can pretty much eat it every day.
Right. Okay.
Or fish.
Fish is good. Okay. So that's sizzling there. We can leave that for a minute on that side, and then we'll turn it over, and then we'll talk about the salad. If I could just pass it over to you to give some room. So another one of my favorites is arugula.
Yes.
So that's going to be
me
the
too.
base of our salad. It's really nice for presentation purposes too, because it
holds well, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't get all sort of flimsy and
exactly.
Yeah. And
So,
has a nice nutty
nice and
flavor
big.
to it too. I like the flavor too.
Yeah, strong, a little peppery.
Yeah,
So that's nice. I like to have arugula, as I have said in the past. With that, we're going to pair some fennel or anise, we can call it. So what I've done is I've thinly sliced it. So this is half a bulb right here, but so I just cut it in half, take the core out, and then even just with a knife, slice it
Just
as
go
thin as
thinly
possible.
sliced. Okay.
The thinner the better, I think, but it's all personal preference. And we're going to make an easy salad dressing, but I've made some ahead of time, and I've just tossed the fennel in the salad dressing for now.
Okay, so it gives you an idea of what you're looking at in terms of the slicing and that.
Right.
Okay. Good.
Tossing it in the salad dressing ahead of time just loosens it up a bit. You know, it's a raw vegetable that we're eating, so it softens it.
Okay.
I'm going to flip these. Oh. There we go, so they're getting nice and brown. There we go, we'll continue that cooking.
Now this dressing that you're going to make for this, you've already put that in here?
Right, so
Okay.
I've made some ahead of time, tossed it in there too.
Okay.
And just let that sit. But my dressing's simple. It's a dressing that I always make. I know that we have done this before, but just some basic oil. I like to use a vegetable oil because I find the olive oil overpowers too much making dressing. So I like to use my olive oil for maybe finishing off the salad.
Sure.
But for the dressing, I like to use a veg oil. A little bit of Dijon mustard I put in there. My vinegar, any kind of vinegar you like. This happens to be white wine vinegar. So the ratio 3 to 1, 3 tablespoons of oil to about 1 tablespoon of vinegar. But you can adjust as you like. Whisk that up. And I like to add something sweet into my dressing. So a pinch of sugar, maybe a teaspoon of honey if you have that. And so basically just whisk that up, and that's my easy salad dressing that I do. So
that's good. It's easy. Great.
It's my favorite, and I think it goes well with this.
Perfect.
That's looking good. So in a minute, I would probably put that in the oven, 350, just to finish it off. Maybe it'll take anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, but keep an eye on it. You just want to make sure that all the pink's gone out of it.
Sure. That's easy.
So I'll turn that down, and we can do that in a moment.
Okay.
The rest of my salad is fairly simple. Some thinly sliced red onion. Now I like to slice this as thin as possible. The last thing I want when I'm eating a salad is a big chunk.
I know a lot of people
raw
don't
onion.
like that. I mean, I love onion, but I now kind of appreciate it when it's just a little bit more of it. It gives just an overall nice flavor to the salad versus, as you say, a chunk of it.
Yeah,
so good.
exactly.
Okay.
And even a good idea would be to mix that in with the fennel.
Sure.
So maybe we can do that.
Yep.
And again, it'll kind of soften it up a bit. And now our citrus. So this is what's making our citrus salad. I decided on grapefruit. You can do, you know, a bunch of different citrus if you like, maybe some orange in there. But segmenting a grapefruit. Pretty simple. You have your whole grapefruit, and you just want to basically cut the peel off, so you're left with something that looks like this.
Okay.
And I've segmented half of it, so you just want to go.
So you're cutting out around that membrane.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. And
Make
so
it look nice.
that makes a
So you don't
segment.
want to be chewing on that in your salad either.
No.
Good.
So you can do that as many as you like. Just keep cutting through, and those are the ingredients for the salad. So we can toss those all together, and we'll place that on the side or on top of our chicken when it's all ready.
All right, so what we'll do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll assemble all of this. We'll get the chicken out of the oven, and we'll be good to go. We'll be right back.
Live color fully at Terra, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.
Welcome back to Terra at Home, and we're finishing up our chicken with citrus salad today with Chef Rachel. And so you just you had pan fried the chicken, put it in the oven for a few minutes. It actually cooked very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah,
baked
5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and so now just plating it. You can. Awesome. Okay, and so we're just going to compile the salad.
Yeah. So our arugula, our dressing. I'm just going to toss this lightly with the dressing. You don't really need a lot because I've added my onions into the fennel, so that's all dressed already.
That's got flavor as well, too.
So I find that mixing something like arugula with your hands, plating with your hands, is a lot.
You always see chefs do it,
easier.
right? They always use their hands, so that's makes sense that you're doing that. I just never think to do that at home, but
yeah, well, it's a little messy, but
yeah,
it's. The reason why we do it is because it's easy for the presentation, right? If you're
right, you can control it more when you're making it look all pretty.
So we'll add in the onions and fennel into here. We'll mix it a little bit more, and then we'll put the citrus on top. Now you could add a little bit of cheese at the end too, maybe a little bit of feta cheese or a nice crumbly cheese would be nice. Maybe some shaved Parmesan. And as I was saying, we can add in the bits of the fennel, the tops of the fennel, the herb that's on the top.
It just it looks nice too, right? It just looks nice.
So we'll just put that.
So as Rachel's preparing this, I should remind you that you can always log onto our website, terragreenhouses.com, for any of the recipes that we prepare. And again, it just makes them nice and straightforward and easy to follow along. And of course, you can always catch us on Saturday mornings, but I really love the color that you're about to add to this. I love that you're adding grapefruit. This actually makes it quite a healthy meal. I mean, sure, it's pan fried for just a little bit, but it's really quite healthy.
Yeah, as long as you just control the oil that you're putting in.
Sure.
And like I said, the breadcrumbs, just a few breadcrumbs. Or you don't even have to bread it at all if you don't want.
Perfect.
Maybe a little bit of salt and pepper.
Good job, Chef Rachel.
There we go.
That's it for Terra at Home.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Live color fully at Terra, where color lives.
AM 900 CHML is giving you more news when you want it most. Non-stop news weekday mornings 5 till 9, weekday afternoons 3 to 6, with weather and traffic on the 9s. Hear about it first from AM 900 CHML, Hamilton's news talk leader.